Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a quick guide video to get you started with using the Easy Development Controls. If you're unfamiliar, this is a mod by GTX. It's available on the Mod Hub for PC and Mac only, unfortunately. It does not work for console players just because it is a highly scripted, very coded mod, so that it just will not work with consoles, unfortunately. But it is available now for PC players. Now, if in the past you've used this screen, which is the Power Tools mod, it does everything that this will do and more. So this does a lot of stuff. This is actually, a lot of people still tend to kind of prefer this anyways, compared to the Easy Dev Tools, because this is just a little bit more straightforward. I do have a guide video out on this as well. However, the Easy Development Tools, excuse me, this is the Power Tools. The Easy Development Tool screen looks like this and has all of these new windows over here. All of this stuff is added in to change things, which I haven't even taken that big of a look. I went through and kind of played with some of the functions. We're going to go over a lot of the major functions with you guys today, but there's so much more to this mod than I could even explain in this video. But I'm going to give you all the key points that you're going to probably want to use the most on your farm, or want to be the most familiar with, kind of the main ones I've noticed I use the most often. So I'll kind of show those off to you. One thing I will say, if you are running both the Power Tools like I am and the Easy Dev Tools, you're probably wondering, well, if you look at the Easy Dev Tools, the default key is F12. So if I hit F12, it opens it. And the default tool for Power Tools is also F12. Well, I'm hitting F9 to open Power Tools. The reason for that, what I'd recommend doing is going into your controls. You're going to go all the way to the bottom here and then kind of scroll up from there. You're going to find the Power Tools mod, click on it, and then I'd recommend F9. That's just what I'd recommend. You can maybe do F11 or F10. F10, for whatever reason, was causing like glitches if I use that, so I don't know if it's tied to something else. It might be. F11 is, I have, yeah, no, I don't need to change anything. I didn't change anything there, so it should still be that. But F11 for me opens some different stuff because I have the development commands enabled on this game save, which you may not on your PC specifically. So if you don't have those enabled, then you can use that. But basically those console commands that I have enabled allow me to do stuff up here, which you can see it's all listed here, so I can do different stuff in here if I want to in that command, which kind of, this is really honestly a way to make that just a lot easier, not have to use that if you don't want to. So yeah, this map doesn't have collectibles, so it's not going to show collectibles, I guess, but let's go over some of these features. So if I wanted to add money, I could just punch it in, hit enter, up there, upper right hand corner, added $10,000, easy peasy. Same thing with remove money, I can remove money. Beautiful. If I want my money to be something specific, let's say I want it to be, you know, $99,999,999. I hit enter there. Boom. It set my money there, and it shows me actually how much it had to add to get me up to that, or remove. It'll show you any of that. Extra time scales, you can turn this on. It'll give you a warning. But if I hit that, that's okay. That's fine. Whatever. Extra time scales. When I hop out and I speed up the clock, normally, you can only go up to 360. Now, I can go to 500, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 60,000, and that is the most you can go up to, which is insane. Be careful. Again, it will potentially cause you some issues if you are running anything too crazy, but if you need to fast forward time quickly, obviously, this is a really easy way to do that. I'm just going to do some of this nice stuff right here to make our... I need to make this. This is November here. Let's go in our settings. I want it to just look brighter out there at all times. Let's go seasonal growth. No, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Fixed visual month. Let's do like July. That'll be fine. Okay. And then if I, yep, there we go. Fast for a little bit of time. It gives us July weather. There we go. Now it's beautiful out. Okay. Back to our menu here. So you can turn that on or off if you want. You can also just hit this to just, well, you'll be able to just stop time. Yep, there it is. It stopped it for me. So you can see time is at 0. If I move that back up to 3 and go in here, I can hit that, and it's 0 again. So I can stop time if I like. I keep hitting escape to open the menu, but I need to hit F12. You gotta get used to it. Delete objects input, you can turn that on, and I'm actually gonna open the help menu by hitting F1, and then with that enabled, I should be able to come up to this, and then I can hit delete if I'd like to. I am gonna leave that one. What's one that I could just delete that I don't need? I don't need to use this cedar here. So if I come up to it, if I hit the delete key, boom, there we go. You can just delete it. It's gone. It's out of existence. I believe you should be able to also do that with buildings and trees. Let's come up to this tree and test it out here. Yep, come with this tree, delete, boom. And I don't think, and you don't have to own the land either. I believe, own this land. Yeah, so if I just kind of shoot over here, which I'm going faster than I was before, but I didn't do anything to adjust my my speed, I don't believe. Because that's going to be under here. We might take a look at that in a second. But, yeah, so this is land I don't own over here. Let's go a little deeper to make sure it's land I don't own. And, yeah, I come up here, I can delete trees on land I don't own. So that's kind of nice right there. And, yeah, buildings as well. Whether you own them or not, you should be able to delete them. Oh, maybe not. Not going to let me delete that one. I guess maybe if they're sellable, you don't have to delete them. I don't know. Open gate there. Yeah, it's not letting me delete buildings. There might be a different function for that. Show bale locations, so this will show pallet and bale locations if you want it to, and I believe that's going to be, should be on the map. Let's go ahead and buy ourselves, or let's just spawn in a pallet here. I'll use actually easy dev because this will be really quick. Now, should it show me pallets? Yeah, you can see them on the map there, so if I get out of the way a little bit, I can't, of course I put them somewhere I can't click on them. Let's get them. Let's put them somewhere like over here where they're not going to be in the way. If I hit F9, just spawn in pallet of, it doesn't matter, sure. If I look in here, right there, I can see where they're at. It may not tell me, there may not be any way for me to see what it is. It doesn't look like there is, but it still shows you where they're at on the map, which is super helpful. Which if I turn that off, it's going to be gone on there. And you can do the same, it's going to work the same exact way with bales, which is pretty cool. You can turn off the HUD visibility and stuff like that. Map selection, this is pretty cool. So you can teleport a player. So I could either enter some coordinates in here, or I could say, yeah, teleport me to Farmland 1. And I am now in the middle of Farmland 1. I also can do my favorite part of this, which is map selection. Click it and be like, yeah, I want you to put me right there. And here I am. Now, if I get in a vehicle, let's get over to one I don't really want over here anymore. Actually, this one's perfect for this. If I get in here, teleport me in a vehicle. Actually, let's do an even more difficult one, because it should be able to transport stuff that has stuff attached. So if I do this, I should be able to be like, oh yeah, I want to go plant on this field. Well, boom. And here I am, ready to go. It should orient you. Now, you may have some issues and weird glitches that happen every so often. It just is what it is. Be aware of that. Now, if I flip this vehicle over, I can go in here and hit flip vehicle, and it kind of resets it, and it'll try to give you a better orientation. I could flip it out or flip it over and show you that, but it does work pretty well. You can change your quality settings over here. Current FOV angle is 54. I thought it was 60 was default, but I guess, oh, maybe it's 60 if you're out of the tractor. Let's do 54 again. That's what it said. If I hop out of here, is it showing me 60? Yeah, it's 60 out there. But if you're doing like a really nice thumbnail shot or something, you want to do 30, you can do that, or you can just hit reset. It'll take you back to the normal, but we'll do 30. And then if I do HUD visibility off, let's say you're trying to do a nice thumbnail shot of that Ford tractor. That looks really crisp, clean. Maybe you want to get a good picture, or you want it to look different on your screen. However you want to do it. And this is just one of the screens here. If we go down here, we can turn super strength on or off, super strength input on or off. That is the ability to toggle it on or off, I believe. Flight mode on or off, and then flight state you can turn on and off. So I can do flight mode on, but it's not going to mean that I'm able to, let me get that away. This doesn't mean I'm able to fly right now. I believe J, yeah, J is how you toggle it on and off. I remember from the old keys, which is nice. So if you got used to the hotkeys, it would work very well for you. But if I do J and I go into here, it toggled it on and off. Or you can do it manually in here. Turn that off. Jump delay, you can do 2-second jump delay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to play with this a little bit standard. That seems normal. I have a 1.5 second one. I don't know. I'm not noticing a difference there. Let me know. Jump multiplier. This one's kind of cool. I really want to jump high. You want to do some crazy parkour things on your farm. You can do that if you like to. So yeah, you got that. Running multiplayer is on. That's why I was going so fast when I was running. You can go up to, see, 16 times speed there. So I can start really cooking across. Actually, I've got to turn my HUD back on probably if I want to start seeing things, huh? Where's our HUD? Let's go back up here, turn that on. I'm going to turn that back off as well there. But yeah, wood carting marker, you can turn that on or off. Like if you're using a chainsaw, that little orange indicator you get or whatever color it is, it's going to be on or off there. A marker, you can turn that on or off so you see. Why is my HUD still off? Visibility on. There we go. So you see the aim marker in the center of the screen? That little white dot. You probably can see it pretty. I'll put it like right on these purple flowers here. Get a little aim dot in the center there. You can turn that off if you'd like to. You go in here, you turn that off. I hop out and it's gone. I like it. Helps me out. Woodcutting markers, same similar thing, just again with that. You have some different debug things on here. But go down here, you can spawn any sort of bale, and you can do all sorts of different sizes. That's just for cotton bales there. But yeah, you can adjust the size you would like to. It won't let you do ones that are too crazy. You can do hay, straw, chaff, wrapped, unwrapped, different. You could do any color of, this is pretty cool actually. You could do a custom color. This is a new feature here for sure. If I wanted a bale, if I wanted a, you know, I don't know, a hot pink bale, something like that maybe. If I selected that, did wrap spawn, boom, you got it. Hot pink bale. Available bale types, you can take a look in here at kind of what's in there. Fermenting bales, it'll show you, well, that's our one bale we just spawned. That was chaff. So it'll show you where your bales are that are fermenting. Remove bales. Are you sure you want to remove all bales from the map? I hit continue. The bale's gone. It'll get rid of all your bales, not just the one bale in front of me. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. That was F11. My bad. There we go. Okay. Farm products, you can add pallets of farm products and it'll go through there. You also have all, and you could just scroll through everything and do everything, or do, you know, specific things if you want to make it easier to find stuff. Fill, empty, set. Let's do a carrots. Let's do 500 and see. And it gives you a partially filled pallet of carrots, which is super, super cool. And I can lift that one. Probably, I don't, that's just actually just, that's light enough as it is. Or you can do empty of carrots as well if I wanted to. That one has 500 layers. This is the empty one here, which is just a DeWolf pallet, essentially. But yeah, which is pretty cool. And I can remove all the pallets from the map. There we go. It shows you that we have 7 of 0. Well, now we have 0 pallets. This also shows you how many bales you have. So if I do 5 bales out there, you see bales there. Boom, remove. This is way better than the previous version as well. Also, if I wanted to put some trees out there, I could choose, let's say I want a Scotch pine, 12 meters. Boom, spawn. I've got it. Super easy to do. You can change, you know, whatever kind of one you're looking for. You can plant trees. This is new as well. If I want to plant a tree, I wonder if I can plant one in the highway here. I just love kind of testing the limits of this stuff. So if I wanted to plant a tree right here, and I went in here, plant tree, grow stage 2, fully grown apple tree. Yep, sure can plant trees wherever you'd like to. So it gives you a lot of ability to kind of roleplay, do different creativity things you want to do. I mean, that may not be specifically what you're after, but there's different variations potentially for some of these trees. Yeah, growing, decoration. So you can either do one that's just decoration, it's not going to grow any further, which means like if you wanted to do a lower growth state, like if I did this one, just decoration, that means that's not going to grow any further. That's a decorative tree. It's not going to get any bigger than that, which is pretty cool. Remove split shapes. I can remove, I'm assuming that's, so if that's logs, I can remove all my stumps and logs by hitting a button. So if I remove logs, are sure I can remove all logs to the map? Yes. And that should have gotten rid of my Scotch pine. Sure did. Man, there's so many cool features on here. Clear tip area. I can clear all the stuff on the ground within a radius of me. I can also tip to the ground. So then, let's say that much. I want to put 30,000 liters of wheat on the ground. Boom, I got it on here. It may do some weird stuff depending on how you do it. But then if I also want to clear that area, I hit clear, boom, it's gone. All that within whatever radius you're at. Show tip collisions on, so I can show where tip collisions are. If I can find a tip collision. Show this off. Get over here to this guy. It actually might be, is that something to do? It's got to be over. Let's get over here. Let's go, can I visit that place? Let's go visit there. Show tip collisions. That one, I thought it would show like visible signs. I know I see the debug bit vector colors over there on the left-hand side, whatever that is. I thought it would show, maybe I have to actually try to tip something. Let's try that. This thing, get to this guy that has stuff in it here. This truck right here. If I wanted to try to tip that, that's letting me. I don't see any. I don't know. That one's a mystery to me. Let me know down in the comments because I feel like it worked differently than that before. Let me turn that off though. If we go here, you can reload a vehicle, reset a vehicle. Reloading it is better. Reload just reloads it. Reload and reset's going to clear anything out of it pretty much, like if you have a trailer full of stuff, so be aware of that. You can fill vehicles with whatever you'd like to. I could fill it with wheat here if I wanted to for this guy. This guy's full of wheat now, easy peasy. A lot of different stuff like that. I can change the fuel level to empty, and then boom, we're out of fuel, can't go anywhere. You can remove vehicles. Would you like to move all vehicles? I don't want to do that, but you can do that. There's a lot of different stuff in here you can adjust. Placeables, NPC owned. You can set an owner to the NPC. My farm. We'll do set owner my farm confirm. Yeah, so you can set things to be yours. You can reload placeables, remove placeables, do all placeables to the map. No, I don't want to do that. Remove map placeables. You can do all sorts of different stuff on here. Production points list. If I pull that up, you can see all the production points on this map. Delivery mapping. I mean, there's all sorts of different things you can do in here. Set field fruit. You can. This is a big one right here. Actually, let's go out to this one. This one, previously, you could go into oops, you could go into power tools, field options, and you get kind of this menu over here. But personally, I think this is a lot easier to use. So if I go set field fruit, then I get this menu. It's a lot, I think it's just simpler. It's a little bit clearer. You know, is it plowed? Yes or no? You don't have to know exactly how to kind of code it on there. Weeds, large, however you want it. Fertilized, 100%, 50%. Lime, if you didn't know, there's 3 levels of lime, by the way. If we do, I can do large, you know, whatever I want to do, I can do anything here. Let's do barley, ready to harvest. Sure. Yeah, we'll do. That's barley, ground types ready to harvest. So this is the growth. Okay, yeah. We want this to be harvest ready. That's the garden, or the ground type. Sorry, excuse me. Confirm and close. And then if I hop out of here, it actually did that's the field, which is pretty cool. You can make other objections as well. You can change, you know, field stone. You can bump up. Let's if I set the field ground, this guy right here just to be. Let's see what that's gonna do actually. Nope, I didn't. Okay, I can't do that. Fertilizer, yeah, plowed, sure. Field 1, ground layer, fertilizer. Confirm. Okay, that just may have adjusted what's on there. I might have to hit set field troop and then do ground type. Let's do cultivated. Barley doesn't matter. We don't want to do harvest ready. Let's do harvested. Or maybe can I do nothing on there? Let's try this one, see what this does. Okay, yeah, we got some weeds on there. I can get rid of those weeds if I'd like to. Let's get rid of those weeds actually. Ooh, there's a lot of options in here for different things. Let's do small dense withered. That'll be fine there. Okay, so now I guess if I wanted to, if you look, you don't see any fieldstone on there. If I wanted to bump the fieldstone up, I now have fieldstone on there if I want to. If I want to get rid of those, I can get rid of the fieldstone and there's nothing on there. Same thing with weeds. I can remove the weeds down to nothing if I would like to, which this is just kind of a cool feature right here. Be able to just hop in and quickly bump those sets of the field up and down. That's pretty cool. I like that. You also advance the growth by, you know, different stages. I don't think there's anything. It'll update all the fields. It might take, apparently it's going to take a minute, so be aware if you hit that. But you see we put wheat in here, and so now it's growing up a state. So it's basically like a fast growth kind of thing there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's all sorts of different stuff in there. Then you can come in here, you can set the time of year, you can set the time of day. You can reload the environment, reload the weather if you need to. You can set the weather to whatever kind of weather's available. You can remove tire tracks all with, you know, 50 meters of you or whatever you want to do. You can set the snow amount on there. You can remove snow, add snow. There's so many things you can do. And then in here, you can see if you didn't like my description of what's going on or you had a question, you can come in here. So for example, if we wanted to with vehicles, if we wanted to take a look at, where is it at? It may not, it's under vehicles, is it not? Yeah, oh no, where's that at? The tip, show tip collisions. Yeah, that's under that. Okay, so let's go here. Show tip collisions. Displays the following ground tip collisions. Green 0, blue 1, red 2. Yeah, so this should work. Must be able to render collision information. Oh, so I might have to turn that on with F5 to be able to see that. So let's try that. Let's go into here. Let's turn those on. And then if I hit F5. Okay, yeah. So now we can see it. Look at that. We can see tip collisions if there are any. For example, we can't dump stuff on the road. It doesn't like that. Those are tip collisions there where the red's at. It won't let us dump stuff on them. Which is, yeah, you can do that if you'd like to do that and turn that on and off. And now it's actually a little bit even clearer now that I turned F5 back off and you can still see it. So, yeah, just make sure you hit F5. So, yeah, this is great. Honestly, this has been really worked because this was not here previously, being able to come in here and read about all this. There's so much good stuff. But anyhow, I have talked for quite a ways on this. The debug mode's light source. Now let me get out of that. There we go. Yeah, so I just wanted to give a quick kind of overview, get you guys excited about this mod. This is one I really love. Easy Dev Tools is super cool to use. Allows you to do pretty much whatever you want. It's a content creator's best friend. So sorry for the console players out there that can't use it, but it's pretty sweet. Works really well. And this is clearly an upgraded and far better version than we've had in the past. So anyhow, there you guys go. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.